Technologies look at the biggest stories of the month as chosen by myself, Mike Anderson, the editor in chief of Battery Technology, by Maria Guerra, the senior editor of Battery Technology, and our good friend Charlie Parker, chief consultant at Rattel Consulting. Did I get that right?
That works for me.
Okay, sounds great. All right. So we're just going to quickly go around and we each have chosen a story that we think is the most important for the month of October 2025. And once again, having lost the toss, I will go first. I think that the biggest story of the month is the sad news that after trying since 2022, Gotion's plan to make a nice battery plant in Big Rapids, Michigan, has finally fallen apart. This is a very kind of disappointing story. It was started and announced with the excitement by the Whitmer administration in 2022. It almost immediately became a political item where mostly Republican Michigan politicians were campaigning against it because saying that, well, you know, it's a Chinese company. They're connected to the Chinese Communist Party, and they're going to steal our jobs, and they're going to spy on military installations and so on. And so they made it a political football. And we covered it as it was going on in the time. And the sad news is that as we know from all of us having been at the battery show, our experts tell us that there is no easy way to catch up with China on our own. If you want to learn how to produce batteries at scale efficiently and in a way that can make money, you got to learn from the people who are doing it already. So Michael Sanders, I had a quote in this article that I whipped up, and a number of other people. And you know, the point is that you can't reinvent the wheel yourself. You need to go and find the experts. People have already got their hands on it. And then by working with them in a factory, you get to learn how to make and produce batteries yourselves better. Kind of reminds me of lean manufacturing when it came from Japan, and everyone was scared of Japan manufacturing when it came in. So anyway, this past week, they finally pulled the plug on the Gotion battery plans, and I think it's a loss and a real disappointment for the U.S. battery manufacturing industry, and we wonder what will happen to other places that are trying to do this. So that's pretty much all I got. I could talk for hours, but I'll stop there, and I'll ask Maria what she has in mind.
Let me share my screen. Okay, can you see it there?
I can, yes.
Okay, cool. So for this month, this is the news that I chose. The US and Australia signed critical minerals agreement. Lately, we have been hearing about China announcing stricter policies on the export of critical minerals and rare earth minerals. And given that Australia is the largest producer of lithium, which is a key material for lithium-ion batteries, I thought this news would be very relevant to us. This agreement could help secure, a stable supply for the United States, and at the same time, it can help the US to reduce dependence on China. And also, I think it's easy to say, but this deal may encourage US companies to invest in local refining and battery production. I know it's not easy, it takes many years, but I think it's a beginning.
It's a good start. Yeah,
yes, a good start.
Yeah. So yeah, that was exciting news. And China and the U.S. in particular have been going back and forth since the beginning of the year on mineral usage tariffs.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole schmear. So it's interesting time. Of course, we're just a couple days or maybe a day away from when President Trump will meet with China's Premier Xi in uh, while he's in Asia, and we'll see what comes of that. Wild times, man.
Yeah, he's in Japan right now. We'll see what they say.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay, Charlie, what do you got for us?
All right, what I have is something I think Mike and I are have some familiarity with. We had a webinar earlier in the year covering LMR technology, or lithium and manganese rich technology. So why this is important? Well, Mr. Gallion gave Mr. Kelty of GM an award for Battery Innovation of the Year. LMR has been in the headlines this year. Ford first making their announcement, and then GM that this would be a chemistry included in their lineup. So why is it important? Why now? So this is a uniquely American chemistry, if you will, or adaptation, simply because we like our trucks and SUVs. Something around three quarters or more than 3/4 of our market are, I guess, what you consider heavy vehicles. So much so that compared to European and Chinese markets, they average about 1,000 pounds more. So what does this mean from a technology standpoint? Well, it's a problem for battery powered vehicles, but one that LMR seems to be able to solve because it is both energy dense and volume dense. Believe it or not, even in a SUV or pickup truck, you still have volume issues. And using the traditional chemistries, you still have more complex pack and trying to fit more into a relatively small space. So now I chose the Business Korea article because they of course want to show that LG is indeed part of this in their partnership with GM. So now what does this mean overall? GM has set a firm timeline in terms of when this might get introduced. They've been championing this technology since the announcement. And what this means for the United States in general is that this follows a lot of other trends in terms of localization and domestic supply chain. While LMR chemistries themselves can differ, some of the technical aspects or supply chain aspects of it is that this can be made domestically and at scale. So that is
That's it.
That's it for LMR. So
Interesting. All of these supply chain issues and how to be able to make stuff in the U.S. is a theme that seems to have gone through all three of these today. And on that story in particular, Charlie, I can imagine the scratching of the heads when the EV conversion conversation first began in the United States, Detroit 3, about, oh, but they like big trucks. What are we gonna do?
well, that goes for the consumers and for the OEMs as well. These are cash cows for the OEMs, and they're sacred. If you're gonna go mess with that formula, it better be worth it.
That's right. Better find a way to do both. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. That's all the time we have, and thank you all for tuning in for another episode of our look at the big three stories of the month. And we hope you'll join us here around the same time at the end of November. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.